What's going on, boys? I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys some of the best mechanics to help you get out of any rank you're stuck in. Whether you're still in bronze or even made it to Unreal, I guarantee you there's going to be something in this video that you can apply to your gameplay. So without wasting any more time, let's jump straight in. If you're still in bronze, then you definitely know that a lot of players aren't the best builders, so you can use this to your advantage. The best mechanic to help you get out of bronze are cone extensions. Cone extensions are super simple, but when you're up against players who don't really know what they're doing, they can be a crucial tool for you to use. For this example, I'm starting out from a box, but you can just place a wall and cone if your in-game situation calls for it. You're going to want to edit your wall and place a cone above and below you onto the tile you want to build to, with an extra wall in between. Extending your cones is going to help you establish light piece control on whoever you're fighting and keep them from trying to escape by going up. If you're having trouble repping these out, take your time to get the feel for it and the timing down. On to silver. While you're in silver, you're going to run into more players that tend to try to ramp over you and sometimes mantle over your builds. The absolute best mechanic to use are high cones. High cones are a super simple move, but if you watch any professional gameplay, they do them all the time. Mastering high cones is crucial if you're trying to improve your fighting. Anytime there's a wall separating you from your opponent, you can always look to place high cones above their head without editing. You can do this by just looking above the edge of the wall and placing your cone. At first it might be a bit hard to find that sweet spot, but after some practice you'll have it down every time. Now if you're in gold, you're going to be fighting players that tend to overbuild and really aren't the best at changing directions and being dynamic while building. You can easily take advantage of this by learning how to side jump. Anytime there's a cone above you while you're on a ramp, you should be looking to side jump. Move just below the middle of your ramp and jump left or right. While you're in the air, place a wall in front of you and a floor to land on. After completing your side jump, you can edit and go for a shot, or edit and establish more piece control if you're slightly advanced. These side jumps can be pretty difficult if it's your first time trying them, so don't get discouraged if you're having trouble. Platinum is where you're going to start to see some more development in your opponent's fighting, but at the same time the dynamic is still extremely low level and predictable. The best mechanic to start applying while you're in Platinum is pre-piece. Pre-piecing is when you extend piece control before your opponent has gotten to that area. Typically, pre-piece is used when you're able to predict which side your opponent plans on leaving their box. You would extend cones to the left or right with a wall in front of you so that you can control that box. Pre-piece has to be done fast and reactively, so definitely get comfortable using it in creative first. Even if you aren't able to predict which side your opponent wants to leave from, by establishing that piece control, you essentially cut off that potential escape route. Definitely work to master this. Now on to Diamond. This is where a lot of players get completely stuck. Diamond can be pretty unpredictable when it comes to the fights you take. There's a lot of the player base in this ranked, so there's a big gradient in terms of the skill diversity. The best mechanics that are going to help you get out of Diamond are high wall side jumps and protected ramp flips. High wall side jumps are going to allow you to establish piece control on a layer above you. That high wall also offers protection against shots coming from high ground. The only thing that changes with high walls is the fact that while you're in the air, you have to look straight up to allow that second wall to place, then look down to give yourself something to land on. If you can do regular side jumps, you should be able to get these down pretty rapidly. Still in Diamond, let's talk about protected ramp flips. Protected ramp flips allow you to elevate yourself one layer and be protected from almost every angle. This is really important since most Diamond rank fights are going to be build fights, and it's super important to make sure you aren't taking any unnecessary damage. Now, moving on to Elite. While you're in Elite, the majority of the fights are going to be box fights, and you have to know how to approach them. The mechanic I'm talking about here is diagonal box fighting. To successfully diagonal box fight, you need to position yourself on the left side of your opponent's box so that you give yourself a really strong right hand peek on the edge of their box. Diagonal box fighting allows you to pressure a wall and still be in an advantageous position so you don't end up giving away excess damage. Diagonal box fighting can be a bit difficult to master, but definitely keep trying to apply it to your fights. Next is Champion. Champion is the most difficult rank to be successful in because of the fact that the percentage gain is very minimal and the skill gap is even tighter. The best mechanics to help you fight your way through Champion are double and triple headed ups and downs. Especially in solos, you're going to run into players that make 8, 9, even 10 boxes after they've taken a lot of damage. As the aggressor, you have to be mechanically inclined when it comes to how you move around a box like this. If you're not constantly level caging and attacking different walls, you'll never get to the point where you can fight extremely defensive players. If you tend to pressure walls without editing down on them, or you move to different boxes by mantling instead of editing up, it leaves you wide open for plays to be made on you. Use your mechanics to give yourself a strong advantage against defensive scared players in champion rank. Finally, we're on to Unreal. In Unreal, the best mechanics to use are ones that you've already learned and ones that you're trying to master. Whether you have a new retake or a different playstyle that you're trying to master, Unreal is the playground for that. While you're in Unreal, you're going to be fighting mostly good players that have a high level of understanding of how to fight. So if you're able to put the reps in, you're going to see a lot of results when it comes to mastering the things you're trying to work on. A lot of people try to improve their number ranking in Unreal, but honestly it means nothing and isn't worth stressing over. As long as you're taking your fight serious, applying what you learned in creative, and actively trying to become a better, more rounded out player, you'll see the results you'll need. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you drop a like and a sub, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.